The world had changed again. New wars, new leaders. But here, in a quiet town on the edge of nowhere, the Reed family still stood. Michael Reed had traded his uniform for a worn jacket and a slower life. He still woke before dawn, still listened to the silence before the sun came up. Some habits never left you, not even peace. On his porch, an old flag hung beside a rusted rifle case, a relic of 2 generations, his father's war and his own. Every morning he'd look out toward the small hill where the monument stood, the one engraved with a name that still echoed through history, Daniel Reed. Beneath it, the words, "He never forgot." Michael whispered the same thing every morning. "I didn't either, Dad." Inside, laughter echoed. His son, Eli, was chasing the family dog around the kitchen, barefoot, a toy plane in one hand. He was 8, bright, curious, and always asking questions. That day, he stopped and asked the one that always came sooner or later. "Dad, were you scared in the war?" Michael paused. The question hit harder than bullets ever could. He knelt beside him and said, "Every single day. But being scared isn't bad, son. It means you have something worth losing." Eli frowned. "So, being brave is fighting anyway?" Michael smiled softly. "Being brave is doing what's right, even when you're scared." Eli nodded like he understood. Maybe not fully, but someday he would. Later that afternoon, Michael and Eli walked to the hill. The grass had grown wild around the monument, and the wind carried that same cold stillness Michael remembered from the day his father's statue was unveiled. Eli stared at the bronze figure. "That's Grandpa Daniel, right?" Michael nodded. "The bravest man I ever knew." "What was he like?" Michael thought for a moment. He was strong, but not just in battle. He was strong enough to stop fighting when the war was over. That's harder than most people think. Eli touched the base of the statue, reading the engraved words out loud. "He never forgot." What did he not forget, Dad? Michael looked at the horizon. The cost, the people. The promise that someday we'd live without needing men like him. That night, after Eli went to bed, Michael sat by the window with an old notebook, the same one he'd carried in Ukraine. He opened it to a blank page and began to write. "Dad, it's been 10 years since I came home. The world still finds ways to fight, but I've found ways to heal. You once told me peace isn't given, it's built. I think I finally understand what that means. I see it in Eli, in the way he smiles without fear. Maybe that's what you fought for all along. Not to win, but to give us the chance to live without hate." He folded the note, placed it beneath his father's medal on the shelf, and whispered, "Thank you." Morning came again, the same golden light, the same quiet wind moving through the trees. Eli sat beside his father on the porch, holding 2 mugs of cocoa. "Dad," he said, "when I grow up, I want to be brave like you and Grandpa." Michael smiled, not out of pride, but peace. "You already are, son, because bravery isn't just about fighting. It's about choosing peace when you could choose war." The boy leaned against him, watching the sun rise above the hill, the statue glowing in the morning light. And as the camera pans out, the wind carries their voices into silence. 3 generations, 1 name, 1 lesson. Peace isn't the absence of war. It's the courage to live when it's over.